Right, in this video what we're going to be looking at is factorising expressions. Now you need to be fairly good at your times tables for this, because a lot of the time we'll be looking at number values and thinking, right, okay, what times table are they both in? And more importantly, what's the highest or the biggest times table that these values are in? Alright, we will be looking at letters as well, but that's one of the key things that we need to do. So looking at 3 and 12 then. 3 and 12 are both in the 3 times table, and that's the highest times table they're in. So what we do there, we write that number down, and once we've got that, we can put our brackets in. Okay, now I'm going to ask myself the question, right, 3 times what gives me 3y? 3 times y is the answer to that. It is 1y there, but we tend not to write the 1 there. And then I ask myself, 3 times what gives me positive 12? Okay, and the answer is positive 4. Okay, so that's the first one, factorised. Factorising is putting it back into brackets. If you want to check at this point and multiply out the brackets, so 3 times y gives you 3y, 3 times 4 gives you 12. Alright, and you should get back to where we started. Okay, let's have a look at another one. Looking at the numerical values here, we've got 20, 35 and 15, so I'm thinking what times table are they all in? And I'm looking at the letters here, B, A and C, to see if any of them are common, but the letters are all different, so I can't put any of the letters outside the bracket. So 20, 35 and 15 are all in the 5 times table, so that's the value that goes outside the bracket. 5 times what gives me 20b, or 5 times 4 gives me 20, and then I add the b. Looking at the sign in between, the sign's positive, so that's what I'm going to put here. So I'm going to put positive, and then I'm asking myself 5 times what is 35, 5 times 7 is 35, and then I attach the a onto that. Positive sign comes next, and then I'm going to ask myself 5 times what is 15, 5 times 3 is 15, and there's a C on the end of it there, and then I just close the bracket, lock it all in. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, in this one I'm looking at the numerical values 2 and 5. Now they don't appear in the same times table, so I can't put a value outside the brackets for them. So what I'm looking at is the algebraic, the letters here that we've got. I've got A, B, and then this one I've got a B. Now if you notice, both of them have got a B within them, so that's common. So that's now what I can put outside my bracket. So I'm going to start this one with a B, open my bracket, ask the question, B times what gives me 2AB. Well, if you have a look, I've already got the B, so in other words, what's left? And that's the 2A. So that's what can go here. The sign joining them is positive, so I'm going to stick that positive sign there. And looking at this here, 5b, so b times what is 5b? And what you can do, you can look, well, I've already got the b outside, so what's left? Well, the 5. So that's what we need to put just there, and then lock it in by closing the bracket. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, when we look at this one, again, there are no numeric values that are common to both of these, but we do have a p here and a p there. So p is going to be what's outside the bracket. And if you think about what p squared represents, it means p times p. So I've got to do p times a p to get p squared. Put the sign in. I'm looking here, p times what gives you 2p. And like the example previously, we've got a p there. So what are we missing? We're missing the 2. So we can just stick a 2 in like that. Okay? Right, in this one, the reason I've chosen it is because we do have common numeric values. All right, 24 and 4 are in the same times table. And if we have a look at the letters, G is common to both of these parts, so that can also go outside of the brackets. So what times table is common to 24 and 4? Well, they're both in the 4 times table, and as I said, G is common as well, so G can go outside of the brackets. So 4G times what is 24GH? Well, we've already got the G, so H is going to be there. 4 times what is 24? Well, 4 times 6 is 24, so we need to have a 6 there, and the letter that we're missing was the H. This time the sign is negative, Okay, so I've got to think 4 times what is negative 4g. This is tricky, this one, and can catch people out because I've got 4g here. What do I times it by to get minus 4g? And that's going to be times by 1, because one lot of 4g is 4g. So minus 1 lot of 4g is your 4g. Okay, I hope that helped. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you some to try yourself. These are the ones I want you to try. If you pause the video now, and when you're ready, press play again, and you'll be able to see the answers.